Welcome to Financial Detox. We're your hosts, Jason and Alex from IDA Wealth. Your financial journey of pursuing better and true financial peace of mind starts here. Tax drag can happen over time. It's not necessarily event-driven. It could just be how are you offsetting the ordinary dividends that you have or the interest that you're receiving from bonds or fixed income. But there are single events that could happen too. This was just a chart we pulled off the internet of an example of somebody who had Meta stock, right? You have 100,000, you sell the stock. All right, I've got 100,000 in cash. That's great. But unfortunately, I had to pay $35,000 in tax from state and federal capital gains tax. Then I take that money and I go buy myself an S&P 500 index fund. I only have 65,000 to invest, even though I had 100. And it may take years and years and years to grow that back to 100. You haven't gone anywhere. You have the lost bucket, so to speak, or the frying pan of lost returns through tax drag. So this is really important to pay attention with your portfolio and something that we've looked at for a really long time. And I think we have to talk about it more so that people understand it and can start making changes to improve your portfolio.
I think yield is a good one because people, you hear about like, I want a high yield investment. I want something that yields, whether it's a REIT or a bond fund. What's the problem with yield though when it comes to tax drag? What kind of tax is that, right?
Yeah, well, it may be qualified dividends if it's a qualified dividend stock, but there's a good chance it's not a qualified dividend, taxed at a higher rate, or even worse, it's taxed at ordinary income. And so these things make a difference. I'm going to pull up a screen because I think this does something really special and it gives you an insight into how you can plan and prepare for this in a way that will change your life financially. So here's a client. We ran their portfolio value and we're looking at their portfolio value over their life and they're doing great. They're not spending more than they make. They are going to end up with lots of money at end of analysis. The problem was we looked at their portfolio and we said, you own a lot of mutual funds, which are not tax efficient. You also own a lot of ETFs, which don't allow you very much tax loss harvesting opportunity versus maybe a direct index or a custom index that we build for you. And then also they were only looking at tax loss harvesting once a year at the end of the year. So we said, let's just update a couple of these things. Let's just take your mutual funds and move those to a direct index, where instead of owning a mutual fund that in turn owns individual stocks, we're going to just buy the individual stocks for you. We're not trying to stock pick. We're not trying to play the guessing game, but we're going to buy a bunch of stocks that have really high quality fundamentals, diversify them. And then even when your portfolio is up, some of those stocks will be down. We'll tax loss harvest those throughout the year by a very similar position, an equivalent position. So your portfolio hasn't changed, but yet you got to harvest that loss. So by changing this strategy for the client and making just a few small changes, these were not even monumental changes, and there was no tax consequence to even make these changes. This client was able to add an extra $3.3 million to their portfolio over their life by reducing the tax drag on their portfolio. One simple change, reduce the tax drag by implementing a custom index. They were able to literally change their situation. And I think we grossly underestimated the benefits of that tax drag reduction strategy. I think it was actually significantly more than that when you really unpack it.